All right, folks. I know we ended the last session. We said we didn't want to keep it too long, so that's why we stopped it. But yo, it's so much with this book that had us going. We decided we're gonna do a part two. We're gonna finish it for
Yes,
y'all.
right.
We're gonna finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
I
we
said,
had to we had to come back and finish it. I know we told you guys get the book and let us know at the ending what you think about.
but it's so much that we kept talking about. We said, you know what, we're gonna
Right.
finish it. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, where we left off was, remember where we left off? Yeah, Black was beating Netta. He put her in the hospital and all that. He was real vocal. Yeah, y'all remember, right? He beat her almost an inch of her life. So now she's making a recovery. And as she's making a recovery, that's when Tone, because now she's with the new drug dealer, Tone is asking her, yo, who is this guy that did this to you? Do you know who it is? So she finally confesses to Tone and tells him the truth. See, let me tell you something about telling the truth. When you tell the truth, it comes out natural. You ain't gotta think about the truth. If it is the truth, it comes out natural. But when you've been lying, conniving, backstabbing so long, and then you gotta tell the truth, I understand it is hard to let the truth come out. And that's how it was for her. It was hard to tell that, yeah, I was in this group called Pussy Pound, and we used to deceive and connive people like you, Tone,
With big money.
with big money. We This what we did. So she told him the truth. She finally came out and told him all the truth. And then she said, and the guy that did this to me was Black. So Tone right away, he said, Black. And he was trying to figure out, is it a guy that I know? And then she said, no, it's this notorious drug dealer. His name is Black. And when she said it a second time, that's when Tone said, wait a minute, are you talking about the Black that's
Yeah.
notorious in Baltimore? You talking about that Black? I thought he was doing life in prison. And she said, yes, that Black. He got out of jail, and he the one that did this to me. And the reason he did it, because I robbed him, I stole the money, and I let him rot in jail, this and that. So
Yeah.
now he was like, oh, Tone got a little nervous and scared. He was like, man, I ain't know you was talking about that guy. He's like, now we really got to be on our P's and Q's.
But especially when she told him I robbed him for his money.
And she told him I used to get
So,
people
but-
like you. I was a
Yes.
dirty,
Yes.
no good joker.
So it was a sense of betrayal.
Yes.
That it was like nah.
So
Wow.
now he was like, damn, we got to be on our defense now, because you know he going to be coming for you. So she's like, yeah. So now on the other side of town, Black runs into Mimi. Remember, Mimi don't like Netta no more. Right?
No,
And she's a
she's-
dope fiend.
Of
She ain't
course,
thinking
she's
right.
also jealous.
So now Black runs into her. He runs her to the hotel. You know, all the sexual stuff go through. And then he's asking about Netta. And she don't even know that Netta was in the hospital because she's so drugged up all the time. So he's telling her all this stuff. And he said, look, since you don't like her so much, me and you both need to get her. And she falls for it. And then he said, and I got some dope for you. She falls for it and go, yeah, I want to get her anyway. I can't stand that BITCH. So now he's like, well, you got to get close to her again. And then he says, and another thing I need you to do. Oh yeah, she explains to him she's with this guy named Tone. He's like, Tone, could you get close to that guy, Tone? And she explains, well, I used to
Right.
date his cousin named Man. And he
right.
said, well, you need to get back with him. And she's like, I ain't getting back with him. He beat me. He slapped me.
Well, this
He-
is what Black was having conversation with Mimi.
He's making a plan to kill all of
Right.
them. And she's like, no, he beat me, he slapped me. He said, look, I know and I understand where you're coming from, but if we want to beat this game and get them, you want to get Netta, and I want to get this dude Tone them, then you got to get back with that dude, Man, because we got to get close to them. You understand what I'm telling you? You understand what I'm telling you, bitch?
But you know what? If she only knew what Black was really
Of course she
thinking,
didn't know. And she's
'cause-
on drugs.
Yes, because Black also wanted Mimi dead.
Yep. So
Meanwhile,
now,
she has a whole mentality about,
Drug.
oh, Black, you know, he really cares for me.
He giving me
no,
drugs.
he does not care
Exactly.
for you, honey.
so now, sure enough, she falls for all Black stuff, and now she gets back with Man, and she's with him every day, this and that, and that. Oh, and behold, also, while this is all going on, another crazy thing that happened we forgot to mention. Remember in the beginning of part 1, how we told you how Netta's mother treated her like crap? All of a sudden, Netta's mother comes back into the picture. She comes and
Yeah.
sees Netta, and then she actually it happened when she was with Tone. So we
Right,
forgot to say that.
right.
She comes to see Netta, and she telling Netta how, I know I was a horrible mom. I just want to say, baby, I'm so sorry how I treated you. I guess I'm not making excuses, but I guess the reason I treated you like that because nobody never loved me when I was growing up.
And
I
then
never.
you know that really got emotional.
Yeah, she broke down.
That was
She
very
broke down,
emotional.
started
Because
crying while just reading the book.
you can actually know when someone does apologize and
Yeah.
they're sorry.
Sincere.
But sometimes you see it, certain people, the way they're sorry, but they don't mean it.
Yeah, she
But
meant.
this was.
Yeah, it was sincere.
meant that is an
Yeah,
honest.
she said
sorry.
everything. She's like, you
Yes.
know, I treated you real horrible, but that's because no one never loved me. I never
Or
knew
taught
what
me
love
how to
was.
love.
Taught me how to love. She said, so then when you came in my life, you was the greatest thing in my life, but I didn't know how to love you. So I instead of treating you with love, I treated you with hate. And I just want to say I'm so sorry, baby.
But you know, it's so funny. But I don't mean to keep being in that same subject that you're saying. That it's very emotional. You know how it takes a long time for somebody to come into their senses and truly feel bad and come with the apology.
Now I agree with that. However, when that was happening, but I told you, I said, I bet she's about to die or something. I said that's why she coming in and
it
apologize.
usually happens. You know,
And I hate when people do that. Now you got cancer or whatever the case you want to come from. And in her case, she kept apologizing to Netta. She said, Netta, I'm sorry to have to burden you with this, but I'm dying, baby. And she's like, and that's when she got Netta's attention. She's like, what are you talking about? And she still didn't call her by mom. She called her by her name, Renee or whatever.
Yeah,
she said,
Renee.
I got AIDS. For all that street life I was doing, running around with all these different men, because I just hated myself. She said, I'm diagnosed with such a severe stage. I forgot what stage she says. She said, I got AIDS
She
and I'm
only
dying.
had a couple of months.
Yeah, she only got a couple of months. She said, I know I ain't never did much for you. And I know I ain't do nothing but cause you hell and treat you with disrespect. But that's why I'm here to apologize. But the only thing I could ask for you, baby, if you could just spend some time with me before I die. At least I could die with somebody that belongs to me. Somebody, you know, if you could just do that one thing for me, baby. Just that one thing.
Yeah, so
And Netta felt it.
Yeah.
And so now Netta started being at the house back in that crazy
well, she
neighborhood.
rented an apartment for her and her mother.
And it was hell. Because now her mother was going through withdrawal of drugs.
She went cold turkey, though.
Yeah. And every day she had to clean her feces, her urine, her throw up and all this. But the whole time she's like, it's my mom's though. And unfortunately, eventually her mother died. And when her mother died, I think she said it to her just as she was dying. She called her mom. She's like, no. She said, Mom, no. And she's like, I love you, Mom. But she had died. That was
But see,
crazy.
also, what going back to Mimi didn't even understood that.
What?
It's like Mimi felt more and more that that Netta was abandoning her. Mimi felt that, you know, she didn't have more attention to Netta.
Yeah.
But at this situation, Mimi, you had your mother, you had a life because you had your father and your mother, but Netta didn't have
Oh,
none
but
of that.
that's another thing. Netta had asked the mother before she died. She said, Mom, you never told me about my dad. Could you tell me about my dad? And her mother reluctantly, she said, ain't nothing to tell you much about him, but he left us. And left us to scrounge for our own, this and that. And Netta kept pushing. She said, but could you tell me something about him? Tell me his name. Do he live in this area? And she told him. She said, his name is Dollar. He's a big hustler on the other side of Baltimore. She said, you ain't got to go far to look for him. Everybody know who Dollar is. Just go in that neighborhood and ask anyone. They know who he is. He's a big hustler. He owns a couple of nightclubs, this and that. So sure enough, after the mother died, sure enough, she went to one of the nightclubs and was in there and just sitting there amongst everybody. And all of a sudden, someone walked through the door of importance. She noticed because the whole mood changed when this one guy walked in. And when he walked in, everybody was kissing his butt. And then all of a sudden, she heard somebody say, hey, Dollar, what's up, man? We've been waiting for you. And she knew right there, that's him. And she kept staring at him and staring. She never approached him as much as she wanted to. He never even noticed her. And eventually, she just got up and walked out. But just before she walked out, she looked over her shoulder back at him one last time. And then she said to herself, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't need you, nor did I need you ever. You ain't never did shit for us.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And walked out of the door. I felt that. That's how that was her pain. She felt like this guy never did nothing for us. And you living a lavish life?
Yeah, she had so many questions. But then knowing that, you know, she couldn't sit with him because he was so entertained by other people, it's like, nah.
Now back to Mimi. So now Mimi gets back with Man, which is Tone's cousin. And the whole thing, Black told her to set him up. We gonna get all of them. We're gonna kill Man, Tone, Netta. We're gonna get all. And she's falling for it because he telling her to do it. And he's like, yeah, it's gonna be me and you. You gonna be my girl now. You know I always wanted you. And she falling for it. And he giving her dope. So she falling for all of it. Next you know, Man get ready to go back to New York to re-up. Meaning to get more drugs, right? So, but he also said, man, I got these honeys waiting for me when I get there. And Mimi's begging to go with him. He's like, no, you can't go with me. So while he's packing his stuff, just about to leave, she goes through his stuff when he go to the bathroom, takes out his license.
Yeah.
Now he get to the airport bus stop, whatever it was he was going, and he's in the parking lot, and he realized he don't got his license. So he calls Mimi like, hey, you already got my license. And he know it'll be a problem if he don't have it. And she said, don't worry about it, baby. I got it. I got it. I'll come right now and bring it to you. So as she hangs up the phone with him, she calls Black, and she says, look, listen, he's at the bus stop. Let's go to the bus stop. She go, he at the bus stop. Yo, waiting for me to bring his ID. So now they all go there, but she go in a separate car. And when they get there, he's like, oh, man. Man goes, thanks for bringing my ID. Where was it? She go, oh, you must have dropped it. It was on the bathroom floor. And then, and just like that, when he in the car, Black and Stink, which is Black brother.
She takes him to the vehicle to get in, and now he
Thank
makes,
you.
he
You're
makes
right.
him,
Because she could have just gave it to him, but instead she drove around this way and drove. And he was like, yo, where the fuck is she going? Why is she driving over there? You could just give me the ID.
Well, baby, I just want to, before you leave, I just want to just give you a goodbye. And now that he got his guards down because now she's messing with him.
Oh, give him a blowjob or something.
Messing. And now he's all so
and before you know it, the car opens up and Black and Stink like,
yes.
Get the fuck out, motherfucker. And they got
aroused about what she was doing that
Exactly.
when he wasn't paying attention.
Now they got the gun to his head. They kidnap. They throw him in the trunk. They drive him to an abandoned building. They duct tape his eyes and duct tape his mouth and strap him to the chair. And he hear them upstairs the whole time, and he don't know what the hell's going on. And then after a long period of time, all of a sudden he hears these steps coming down the basement.
It was Stink.
No, it was Black. Black was walking down the stairs real slow. Was it? No.
Stink was actually beating him.
Oh
He
yeah,
kept
Stink was
coming
beating
back.
him
Yeah.
the whole time. Was that Black knew I was gonna get beat, but after the beating, after a long time, he heard these steps come down. He heard these footsteps come down the steps, real slow.
No, so remember, before he going downstairs to Man's Black, he prepares. What's it?
Black.
What is that called?
Black compares a concoction of dope mixed with battery acid.
Yeah.
And now he come walking down the
And
stairs,
now he comes
and
down,
Man is
yeah.
strapped down. He don't know what the heck is going on,
Right.
and he's just trying to keep his composure. He can't see nothing, but he can hear, but he don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Black grabs his arm, and now Man's like, "Yo, man, what you doing? What you doing?" And then he feels the needle goes into his arm, and at that very moment, he knew, "Damn it, this motherfucker gonna kill me, man!" And Black shoots him up with what's called the hot shot, battery acid mixed with pure dope, heroin. And he shoots him up, and just like that, Black goes into a whole convulsion. I mean, not Black, Man. And he falls over, foam start coming at the mouth, and he twitching and twitching till he don't twitch no more, and he's dead. The next day, Tone is reading the paper, because he like, yo, I ain't heard nothing from Man, my cousin. He's reading the paper, and it says a dead body found in a ravine somewhere, and they give the name, his real name. And now, Tone is like, that motherfucker Black. And Netta's like, Black did that to him.
Yeah,
And now Netta says, no, Man says, call your homegirl Mimi. I think she has something to do with it. And sure enough, they have a talk, Mimi and Netta, and Mimi spills the beans inadvertently.
Tone starts asking questions to Mimi, and the way she sounded, Tone was said, no.
He said, nah, your girl has something to do with this.
Tone told Netta, said, no, your girl got something to do with it.
Exactly.
And
she didn't even believe it. She's like,
Netta
nah,
was
she's not like that.
She's not like that.
But then when they talk, sure enough, she explained everything that happened. She didn't even realize you told on yourself by the way she was explaining. And so now Tone said, you know what? I want one thing from you, Netta, and one thing only. You gotta kill Mimi. And Netta was like, yo, but that's my girl. I know she's going through hard times, she on drugs, but that's my girl. He said, you gotta kill her, because I'm gonna kill that dude Black that did that to you and that did that to my cousin. So now it's on.
Now remember, Netta said in back of her mind, she said, how can I kill her? She's my best friend.
My best friend.
Tone don't know the feeling of having a best friend.
Exactly.
But at the same time, she's looking at her like, Tone has been there with me since day one. So and I love
Not day
him.
one, but I get what
and
you're saying.
And I love him.
Yeah, not day one. I get what
Well,
you're
no,
saying.
when she
Since
was at
for a
the
while,
hospital,
when
she
she
was
went
at
through
the
that bad
hospital,
time.
no, bad time, yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Mimi's
I
been
couldn't-
there since day one.
Yeah.
So now, all of a sudden, Shanetta goes to Mimi place,
Netta.
and Netta goes to Mimi place and confronts her about it. And sure enough, Mimi admits it. And then they get into a fight, and Netta pulls out the gun to shoot her, and Mimi approaches her. She goes, "You gonna shoot
It
me? You
was
gonna kill me?" She says, "You can't kill me." And she smacks the gun out of Netta's hands. And when she smacks the gun out of her hand, she's like, "I don't believe you even pulled a gun on me."
Now
and then
Mimi's
she
drunk.
Mimi grabs Netta, and then she kisses her on the cheek. And then all of a sudden she kisses her in the mouth. And Netta's like, "Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? I ain't fucking gay. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then just like that, she grabs the gun again. And then they start really fighting and going at it.
And now Mimi is trying to reach for the gun because
Yeah.
at the same time now she wants Netta dead.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to kill
So
her.
now, finally, Netta gets the upper hand. And this time, without any hesitation, she puts it to her head and boom, kills her. Now, here's what's really crazy about that. After she kills her, now there's a huge funeral for her because she was a popular girl. Remember, her twin brothers was huge drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Her mother's a respectable woman in the neighborhood, in the church and all that. It's a huge funeral. So Netta goes to the funeral. This remind me of the movie with Tupac. What was it? Juice? Yeah. Remember, you killed Raheem, and then you go to the funeral and talk to the mother and go, "Yeah, I'm sorry about your son. You the one that killed your son." So good. Netta goes to the funeral, and when she goes to the funeral, she talking to the mother, hugging the mother, like, Miss Sunshine, I'm sorry about what happened to her, this and that. You were so good to me and us. I'm gonna miss her. You the one that killed my daughter. And then all of a sudden, this
but
apart.
but it was also killing Netta.
It
Because
was.
Netta that
She
was
couldn't
her
sleep
true
or
friend.
think, eat, or nothing because she's like, I
Yeah,
couldn't.
she's
This
like
was a real
family.
true friend.
Yeah, it's
She
like
was there for me,
family.
and I had to kill her because of what she did. But then all of a sudden at the funeral, somebody walks in. And when the Joker walks in, she knows the crowd once again changed. When this one person walking, when she turns around, it's Dollar.
No, she go before she even find out that was Dollar. The man coming down, walking down and kiss Mimi on.
Yeah, he
on
can,
the cheek.
and she's looking. She's
And-
like, "What he doing here?"
Exactly.
And then he approaches Mimi's mother, and Mimi's mother hug her and this and that. And then she hears what Dollar says. Remember, Dollar is Netta's father when she seen him at the club. Y'all remember that, right? So now she's like, "What is he doing here?" So now, the more she's listening to them from an earshot away, she hears Dollar say, "Man, one of our sons dead, the other one's doing life. Now we lost our baby girl." Now Netta really breaks down because now she realized,
Yes.
I didn't just kill my best friend.
Wow, wasn't that?
I killed my sister.
Isn't
That was messed up.
Yeah.
But you know what's even more messed up? When you got guys like that, you got kids all over and the kids don't even know each other.
Yeah, that's
Don't even know each other.
That's
Y'all brothers or sisters or cousins or whoever. Because this happened a lot of times in life. So anyway, so now let's get back to the nitty gritty. So now let's move back on to Tone and them. So now Tone and Netta is plotting to kill Black. They scoping him out night after night. On this one particular night, Black is in front of his complex on the stairs. And now all of a sudden, it's these two homeless bums collecting cans. They walking up the street. And they going through the garbage. And picking all these cans and all that.
But I'm sorry about to interrupt you. But remember, when Black found out that Mimi was dead, he was so happy because it was less work for him.
Yeah, he did say
Remember, Black wanted Mimi dead.
He did say that.
But
yeah.
somebody did it for him.
Yep.
He didn't know
Yep.
who did it, but
Yeah,
okay,
so
continue.
now these two homeless bums, they stinking, dirty, and they picking through all the garbage, and they walking through garbage, and as Black just on his steps, next thing you know, they get close to him, and they picking through the garbage, and out of nowhere, both the homeless, or what looked to be homeless, they really wasn't. That was Tone and Netta. They flip around, turn around. Tone pulls out a 44, Netta pulls out a Uzi, and they pointed at him, and then Black, he realizes, damn, these motherfuckers caught me slipping. Matter of fact, that's another one of my exact books. Another one of my book reviews you could go to. It's called just as a book called Caught Him Slipping. And that's what Black said. He was like, damn, he caught me slipping. And then when they had the guns pointed at him, Black, with all confidence, he just put his hands in the air. He was like, do what you gotta do, motherfuckers. Do what the fuck you gotta do. And before he could
But you
finish,
know
they,
that wasn't really Black. Black was already in that dope.
Yeah.
And he wasn't.
but he
thinking
realized I
like,
ain't got my guns. Y'all caught me off guard. He's like, do what the fuck you gotta do, man. And sure enough, Tone hit him. Boom, boom. And then Netta, after he shot him and Black went down, Netta went over there for the definite kill. Like, yeah. And then she spit on him like, fucking no good piece of shit. Puh. That motherfucker was dead. And then they jumped in the car that they had up the street and scared off. And just as they scurried off, a motorcycle revved up. All the guys came running over. Yo, Black. And then a motorcycle revved up. It was Stink. It was Black little
was
brother.
Black's
And as
little
soon as he
brother.
pulled up, all the dudes on the block said, hey, yo, Stink, man. They shot him. They killed your brother Black. Yo, they went that way.
Dang.
Stink
Yeah.
on the bike. He flying through all the cars trying to find out. And they told him what kind of car it was. Let's say it was a white Lexus, whatever. Right? And he's going through this and that trying to find. It taking him a while. And then finally, way up ahead at the light, because Tone and Netta, they was like, we just killed somebody. We don't want to get pulled over for speed. So they don't realize that Stink is following. They think they got away with it.
But you see, that's how they got really stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just like, okay, just both of y'all in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world is that, at least Netta is not focusing, paying attention.
Oh, I
and
get what you're saying.
Tone-
Like,
and Tone,
Tone-
he's the
Netta should at
driver,
least be
so
the lookout.
focused. Yeah.
And they neither one. They just thought they got away with it. And Stink finally he sees the car at the light. He's like, all right. So he's maneuvering the bike in between. Finally he get right up on him and he pulls out his gun. And boom! He had what I think he had a 357, whatever. And he hits Tone right in the head. Boom!
Yeah, see, if Netta would alert him or something. But
And
even
it-
Tony, when he was driving, he still should have been on the lookout. Like, just looking, you got
Yeah.
your rear mirror,
Yeah.
you got the side mirror. Come on.
And then all of a sudden, when Tone falls from now he's dead, the weight of his body and stuff, it goes right on the gas pedal. Next thing you know, the car goes flying forward and it hits a bus. And then the bus knocks the car backwards, almost hitting Stink. And he spins his bike around and gone. So now he got him. So now he's like, yo, I'll get that bitch Netta some other time. But he thought he got her too because the car flipped over and all that.
Right.
But now Netta, she get away safe, and now she's like, I gotta get out of this town. I gotta get away from these people. But more importantly, I gotta get away from this life. This life ain't
Yeah,
doing nothing
I
but
gotta
bringing death
change.
and all that. So she moves way away, starts a whole new life, and she got all Tone money. She still got Black money. She still got major money. You know what I'm saying? So
But she did try that once, Papi. She
Yeah.
went to college.
now
she
she's
went
in
to
college,
school. No,
and
but
she had a
she did
baby.
that-
She had Tone baby.
Yeah, but before that, she did decided that she wants to have a change of life. But her life, it came back to haunt her.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's how she came back on that whole situation again. But now after Tone died,
Yeah.
now her life is totally
And she
different.
moved and started life all over. And then one day she's reading the paper, and through all this process, she's reading the paper, and Stink, he took over Black operation, where now he's the big man in Baltimore. And he's such a big man, he's doing the same thing his brother's doing. He become notorious for killing all other drug dealers, particularly having a personal vendetta, remember that was the word of the day, against any New Yorkers that was in Baltimore. And he's killing them like poison to roaches where he can't stand them. Got a personal vendetta. And then one day after all this time he's a man, she reads the paper how he gets knocked. He gets locked up. And when he gets locked up, he on some major multiple murder charges.
Murder, yeah.
And even in prison, he's starting a ruckus, and she realizes, oh, he ain't never getting out. Black's dead, Stink's gone for life. My man Tone's dead, but I moved away. Start a whole new life with my son. The game, y'all can have the game. I'm done with the game.
Yeah, it's always like that in that kind of situation. Whether you're dead or you're in
Locked
prison.
up.
Yeah.
That's why I don't never get a lot of drug dealers, especially these huge ones like the Pablo Escobars and all that, the Carlos Lather and all them. It's like, yo, you making so much money that you, your kids, and your kids would never have to work another day in life. Why do y'all keep doing it?
But that's
Know why?
dirty.
Power.
Yeah, but that's also
Don't know how to let go of
yeah,
power.
That's also it
The
becomes a
attention.
dirty money, dirty life.
Yes. Hey, so hope y'all enjoyed that. We just had to do a part 2. Like I said, the name of the
Yes.
book is called Be More Careful, a Shannon Holmes novel. Yo, great book, yo. We was really going at it with this. But on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment. Peace.